Hey, it's me, TB, and today I am bringing to you a video I promised a few months ago, I think, where I talk about all of the signed books I have, as well as a few special editions. I don't have a ton of those. Don't have like a ton of signed books either. Most of these I did buy because they were signed. I think one of these was gifted to me, one I won in a giveaway, and I think 3 of these I bought signed. And I did not know they were signed, but then I got here and they were signed, so that's cool. So yeah, let's get started. I don't think there's like a particular order for this. I'm probably going to save the special editions till like the end. First, when it comes to like signed books, I have the entire Crave series so far, all signed. I also got them personalized to like my real name, so I am covering that up right now. But yeah, they're all personalized and they're all signed by the author. So yeah, those are all signed. And then I also recently got The Boy from the Mish by Gary Lonesborough. I actually haven't talked about this on my channel yet because I read it in March and I want to reread it and do like a whole review video for it. I was able to find a bookshop in Australia that still has signed copies in stock and obviously paid for them to ship it to me. So I have 2 copies of this book already, and this one is signed, which you can see there. I should probably talk about what these books are about. So Crave is following Grace, who after the death of her parents, she is sent to this academy in Alaska, and there she gets wrapped up into paranormal shenanigans because, you know, she ends up dating a vampire, there are werewolves, dragons, and witches, and the world is still expanding as of book 3, so stuff gets wild. The Boy from the Mish is following this guy named Jackson, who is 17, and he is just kind of like chilling out, not really planning on going back to school, planning on dropping out really, because he just doesn't see the point in like going and finishing out his last like semester, I think, or his last year. And when his family comes to visit, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like because of like where Australia is, for them summer is still Christmas. That makes sense because like how the seasons change based on like where you are in the world, so it's gonna sound weird, but his family comes down to visit for Christmas during the summer. I know it's kind of weird, but just go with it. And along with his family comes this boy, and they kind of just end up becoming friends, and then they become more than friends, and it's cute, and it's great, and I loved it. So here it is. Now for things that I won in like a giveaway or whatever. I was one of the lucky few people that got an Ark of the Burning God by Kuang, and this is also personalized and signed, so that's pretty cool. I'm not going to really explain what the series is about because you've already all heard me talk about it. You've heard everyone on BookTube talk about it really. So I'm not really going to go in depth about this one. But basically, Ren is basically an orphan and she goes to this academy to avoid being sent into an arranged marriage. And while there, a war breaks out and lots of people die. There you go. Then we have White Trash Warlock by David R. Slayton. And this one is also personalized and signed. So there we are. And this is following Adam Binder, who has the sight, and it basically allows him to like see spirits and all that kinds of supernatural creatures. And his family sent him away to like this, I guess like asylum kind of, because they were scared of his power and thought that he was kind of going crazy. But this takes place when he is an adult and he's kind of like doing his own thing and living with his grandma at the time, who also has a sight, and the family kind of thinks she's like crazy woo-woo because, you know, she believes in magic and all that stuff. So Adam lives with her and kind of just does stuff, and he gets called by his brother, who's the one that took him to the like asylum or like the psych ward, I forget which one it is. And his brother basically tells him that his wife, there's something like wrong with her, and there isn't anything like physically wrong, so there's something like magically wrong. So Adam has to find out what happened to his brother's wife, as well as what happened to all the other like magic users in the city, because they're all gone. So there you go. This is queer because Adam does date another guy in this, I'm pretty sure. I won't say it's like romance heavy, but there is like a romance like subplot, you know? So there you go. Then there is Marrow Charm, which I have not talked about this book in a very long time. And this is also signed, since it was like part of like the like, I guess like the like campaign to like get word out about the book. I also got like character cards, a bookmark, and a card of a monster that takes place in the book. So that's pretty cool. And I need to find the sequel because I know that sequel has come out, but I haven't gotten that yet. So if I remember what this book is about, most of humanity is like below ground, because above ground there was like this giant magical explosion, kind of like opened up a hole between like dimensions, I think. And this magic started a plague, started like killing off people even below ground. And when her brother gets infected by this plague and gets like cast out to go, you know, die above ground, our main character, Azzy, goes out to try and find him and like protect him. So yeah, she's basically kind of like facing off the dangerous above ground. We're trying to find her brother, and kind of like just survive in this world full of like magical creatures and just crazy shit. So there you go. So next up is things that I bought and then they just like turned up signed. So that's cool, but also like weird, you know? So first is the Absinthe Earl by Sharon Lynn Fisher. This one, I'm gonna block out the name just, you know, for privacy's sake, I guess. So there you are. And it came with like a pre-order / hype card that, you know, new releases come with usually. So this takes place in an alternate history and in like the 19th century, I think, and in this like parallel, you know, timeline, Ireland has like its own queen, its own like monarchy system, and our main character Ada goes to Ireland to basically study fairies and fae because that's like part of her like, I think her like university program that she's in. She wants to study like fae stuff, and she's like, I think they're to study how absinthe users can like see more like fairy related activities. And while in this absinthe bar, she meets this guy named Edward, and you know, stuff ensues, of course, because you know it is a romance novel, obviously. And Edward takes her to this like mound that his family has discovered because he is like a duke, I think, or whatever. And once there, more fairy shit happens, and Ada is kind of like wrapped into this like fairy plot. So yeah, there you go. There is smut in this. It's like towards the end of the book. So yeah, I mean, I like the romance and like the world building that I got. I liked the alternate history stuff, so that was all pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. There is Vadriel Veil by Vincent Virga, and this is signed right there. So don't know what this one is about because I haven't read it yet, because it is like, I don't know if it's like a sequel, but it's like part of a series, I guess, of like gay Gothic romances. So I assume it's like Gothic too, like, you know, so like spooky vibes, fucking probably that. There you go. There is Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan, and this is assigned right there. And it comes like a little, like, I guess like a card to incentivize you to like pre-order the third book whenever that was coming out. So that's pretty cool. And this is in adult fantasy. It takes place after a king has been killed and overthrown, and it's following like this guy as he's trying to kind of like stabilize the kingdom he has like now taken over, basically, while you have like internal issues as well as like outside countries trying to conquer this now like crumbling kingdom, I guess. And in this world they have magic that comes from gunpowder, and that's all I know, and I was kind of like sold on that. So there you go. So now for things that I bought that are like special editions and also signed. So I have Mexican Gothic, and this has red sprayed edges, and it is signed by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and this is number 173 out of 250. So that's pretty cool. And this is following Naomi as she is tasked with going to help her cousin who has recently married this guy, and her cousin sends like a letter saying that she's being slowly killed off and poisoned. So Naomi goes to like investigate and find out what's happening and if her cousin is actually in danger or not. This is a Gothic novel, so it is kind of like slower and more focused on like building the atmosphere and like the creepy factor. So there you go. Then I have Phoenix Extravagant by Yun Ha Lee, and this has blue sprayed edges, and it's also signed. So not gonna lie, I did not like this one, but it's so pretty that I kept it. I'm pretty sure this takes place in a world like based on Korea when they're occupied by Japan, I think. And our main character, Jebi, paints mystic sigils that kind of like make the machines of the invading empire kind of like function and work. And when Jebi discovers like where these magical pigments come from to like make these magical marks, they decide to like not be part of government and try to like fight back. So yeah, this is a standalone. I didn't like it, but other people did, so do with that as you will. Then I got the Illumicrate editions of the Poppy War trilogy. So here's book one, and I have the little like bookmark that came with it. I'm right here, which I don't think you're gonna be able to see because it's all like shiny and shit. But that's one side, and that's the other. So I don't know if you can tell, but like the word poppy is like it's all shiny and stuff. And there's like the sprayed edge, and these are also assigned. So there's that. And then the hardcover itself also has like art on it. And the disc jacket is reversible. So this is what the first one looks like. This is the Dragon Republic. So again, shiny text. It's all assigned. The hardcover art. And the very pretty reversible dust jacket. And here is the Burning God, shiny text, sprayed edge, signature, and here is the dust jacket. Oh, hardcover, by the way. And then these aren't signed, but they are special editions, so I'm going to show them off anyway. Prejudice and Persuasion by Jane Austen. These are the like seasons editions, I think, and they're made by someone, Thomas Nelson Publishing, and they basically do like these editions where like there's like all this pretty cover or whatever for classics and stuff. So you know, there's the cover, the edges are like kind of sprayed. It's more obvious on like Pride and Prejudice. You're supposed to take this all like plastic disc, check it off, but I'm gonna keep it on. And then they also come with a bookmark. They also come with a little bookmark that's like the cover, but in bookmark form. So that's pretty cool. I bought this one used, so it didn't come with a bookmark. So that kind of sucks. But this also goes for like hundreds of dollars online. So I'm happy I got it for cheap. And like every few pages, there's like a page like this that's like a quote. And they also come with a little ribbon bookmark in the book. So yeah, those are all my signed books and my special editions. At least I'm pretty sure so. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe, like, share all of that. And hopefully I will see you next week.